Have you ever wondered what happens when Gemini and Cancer come together romantically? The twins meeting the crab? Odd pair because they're neighboring signs, semi-sextile, but because they are an odd pair and neighbors, they have a lot to learn and remember from one another, and this could create a very unexpected strong bond romantically between them. So we're going to discuss that, and of course we will also discuss where it could go wrong. All right, you guys, so if you have a Cancer Gemini romantic relationship already, or if you're big three, your sun, moon, and risings in Gemini or Cancer, and you want to be in a Cancer and Gemini relationship, this video is for you. So let's get into it. Hi everyone, this is Mina. Welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me already, my name's Mina, and I love talking about astrology, especially love compatibility. So if that's something you like, smash subscribe for good luck so we could stay connected. You could be informed when I release my weekly videos. All right, you guys, let's get into it. Gemini and Cancer in love. How does that work out? How does mutable air, twins, Gemini, ruled by Mercury, fall in love with Cancer, moon, cardinal, water? Very interesting. Well, when we're talking about both of these signs, let's be clear. We're talking about cerebral intelligence, Gemini, meeting extreme emotional intelligence, Cancer. They're both meeting at this different level. They have a lot to interchange with one another because they each lack what the other has. Gemini could learn to be more emotionally intelligent. Cancer could learn to be more intellectually, objectively intelligent from Gemini. And they're also kind of moody. Mercury is a very quick planet, and it describes what happens in our minds, how we communicate, how we process information in our brains. So it could be very sensitive and moody at times, but in a mental way. Whereas Cancer is obviously very moody because it's ruled by the moon, and the moon is very cyclical. We can see different parts of her throughout the month, but she's still there. She's just expressed emotionally in different forms. So we have air, very social element, wanting to connect with people in that social way with our voice, with our communication, our thoughts. Meeting water, all about emotion, what goes on in our figurative hearts. So basically, yes, two different types of intelligences, two different types of moodinesses coming together. So they can kind of relate on those two levels. They're both intelligent, they're both moody, just in different ways. So let's just get into it. Most of the time, I would suspect that Gemini is going to be the aggressor in this relationship. They're a masculine sign, and they are just simply more brave than Cancer is most of the time. Cancer is very shy. They're ruled by the crab, and the crab is very protective. It wants to protect all of its soft feelings with that shell and those pinchers, and it's just not as forthcoming with people socially as Gemini can be. Gemini probably will approach Cancer. Like, imagine they're both in a coffee shop. Cancer's just sitting there doing their shy Cancer things, reading a book, sipping coffee. Gemini just barges in, like, starts the conversation. Like, is this seat taken, Cancer? You know, probably just like observing quietly at first, but Gemini is an amazing flirt. I mean, you guys, it's like, I like to think that Gemini has like air tentacles, like going into people's minds, and they can just tap into what people want to hear. So Gemini just keeps on flirting in this Gemini way with that killer smile, and eventually the Cancer cracks and will lower the guard down a little bit because Gemini's feeding everything to Cancer's heart that they want to hear. Their little hearts are fluttering, and eventually they'll crack a smile and indulge the Gemini. And I just imagine after many meetings, maybe they get together. So let's just assume they're together. So how does that work out? Well, like I said, they have a lot to teach one another. Cancer is all about the home and what they can do to make their home beautiful. Very active at home, have a lot of energy at home, making spaces beautiful, just all the little domestic things that Cancer can kind of make fun because they like doing them. Whereas Gemini likes to go on spontaneous little adventures and likes to get out there, likes to meet and talk to many different people because they are very freedom oriented. They are mutable. They're not cardinal like Cancer. Cancer is like an arrow, like they want to be the first emotional person on the scene for the people they love. It's forward moving. Whereas Gemini is spread out air all over the place. They want to have their air tentacles and a little bit of everything because they want to absorb tons of information, tons of data, and they can't do that without having social experiences with others. So basically, Cancer can teach Gemini how to love home. Gemini can drag the homebody Cancer out of home and show them some fun in the outside world. Maybe teach them to be less shy, less guarded socially around people. So they're both really developing a new part of themselves. And becoming just more dynamic people when they're together. Also, they can really come together on an intimate level because, like I said, Gemini is an air sign, yes, but they're very romantic because they can flirt like no one's business, and they can flirt straight to your heart sometimes. Cancer loves romance, so they're just going to take all that in, and even though they're shy, they're going to respond to it with more romance, and then the physical intimacy can be pretty amazing. Also, Gemini is an air sign, but I'm sure it doesn't mind all the nurturing and pampering Cancer does for them. Air people have feelings too, you guys, and I'm sure Cancer's like cooking them amazing meals, giving them lots of hugs, making sure they're really attentively listened to. Like, who doesn't like that? And most importantly, Gemini can teach Cancer how to self-soothe when they're very upset, because when Cancer's really upset, they just kind of shut down and they just like, oh, they need someone to help them, hug them. And Gemini can kind of like logically break down like problems and maybe do that in a very gentle way to where Cancer can maybe lower down the walls and kind of accept the objectivity and use that objectivity that Gemini is giving them about the situation that upset them to self-soothe instead of just being super emotionally reactive like Cancer can get. Cancer likewise can help explain emotional communication to Gemini, because Gemini can hurt people's feelings sometimes with the way they speak and things they say. Cancer can bring more awareness to the Gemini about how you should talk to people, with what tone, with what emotion, and observing people emotionally, like the power of that, because they can make Gemini an even better communicator than they already are when they can break down those emotions to them. So they're really helping each other so much in all these different ways. And also, Gemini admires that they can trust Cancer, because Cancer is very stable and a loyal partner, always at home, always willing to help, always nurturing. Cancer can appreciate the excitement Gemini brings to their life. Maybe it's good, that their routines are being broken up. They communicate in two different ways, and this is where things can go wrong, because Gemini is very objective and intellectual. Cancer is very subjective and emotional and very intuitive. So Gemini can just feel very aggravated with and maybe perceive Cancer as emotionally, intellectually immature at times, because they can't handle the objective truth about things. Whereas Cancer can view Gemini as just very emotionally not in tune and not connected with them, because they do expect other people sometimes to just understand their emotions intuitively without them having to directly say it, and wanting that extreme emotional loyalty, not wanting to hear intellectual objectivity when they're upset. So they're just missing the mark here. And Gemini is very flirty with most people sometimes, so this can rub Cancer the wrong way, because Cancer is very jealous. Cancer's like mine, like a jealous, possessive lover, and Gemini can just feel trapped because of this, because they want the freedom, their mutable air, to mingle and communicate with others how they want to, and they kind of want their partner to trust them regardless of their flirtatious ways, which Cancer can always offer that to Gemini, because that hurts their feelings too much, and they're probably like, I thought that flirting was for me, Gemini, and now you're giving it to everyone? I thought I was special. So just two big misunderstandings here. And also, Cancer's a homebody, like I said, and Gemini just likes to get out there. So Cancer could just be like, no, stay home with me, and Gemini's like, I need to get out. I need my freedom and I want to get out. I don't want to stay trapped at home all the time. And another big thing is that Cancer, when they're in love with someone, they don't want emotional space most of the time. They like to just be very close and like all up in their partner's grill. Like, Cancer's like, what space? Let me look that up in the dictionary. You need space? Because Gemini needs space. Even if they're just head over heels in love with someone, they need time away to recharge their very, very active minds and to process what they think and feel, just to calm down. Like, this is very important time for them, and it's no insult to anyone. It's just a personal need. But unfortunately, Cancer can take this personally and feel like it's a rejection and attack on them. Like, oh, you don't love me anymore. So there's so many ways where this can just miss the mark. And unfortunately, with all these tensions, Cancer can end up pinching and saying some really hurtful things, because Cancers understand people's weaknesses and insecurities emotionally. And if they feel threatened, they'll just bust out the pinchers. And Gemini is not a wimp. They will take high offense to that, because they are big on the power of words, and they are word sensitive in this way. They get really offended when people talk to them sideways. So Gemini is not going to just take that. They're going to respond back and cut Cancer back with words. So imagine the hurt feelings that could be happening here. And unfortunately, Cancer holds on to pain, while Gemini is probably a little bit more forgiving in this way and is more willing to move on. So can be a lot going on here. But as with any relationship, guys, if both people love each other and are both committed to working it out, magic can happen. There's solutions for this, and the number one way to make a Cancer-Gemini relationship work is that you have to accept the differences that one another has, instead of just poking at the differences and shaming the other person for the differences. You have to be willing to accept, hey, Gemini's more intellectual and objective, needs freedom. Hey, Cancer's more subjective, emotional, needs a lot of emotional closeness. If you can accept that about one another and try to meet each other halfway, that would be wonderful. Cancer would have to agree to trust Gemini and let them have that communication freedom, freedom of movement, space away. Gemini realizing that Cancer needs that extra emotional reassurance. So when they need these times away, freedom of communication, space, that they can just tell Cancer, hey, love you babe, not going anywhere, I just need my space. They can meet each other in this way, guys, and if they do, it can work out very beautifully. So you guys, synastry and compatibility is never so one-dimensional. There's always ways in which we can access and understand one another much better. So the Gemini person might have some water in their chart. That could help with the emotional understanding. Likewise, the Cancer could have some air in their chart, and that can help them meet Gemini on that intellectual level. So yeah, guys, compromise is key here, and if they're willing to compromise, they can just be each other's libraries, be each other's learning tools. Cancer, the emotional learning tool, Gemini, the intellectual objective one. They can really enhance each other's lives in this way and help repair the weaknesses and shortcomings they might have. Alright, you guys, I hope you liked the video. If you're in a Cancer-Gemini relationship, let me know in the comments. I'm so curious about how it's working out for you, and I will see you in the next compatibility video. See you later.